Greetings and salutations everyone, I'm Ekmac. This is Let's Play Valkyria Chronicles 2. In the last episode we completed our first classmate mission, Reiner's. He got to see his friend who joined the rebels, he yelled at him a lot, and he told him think things through basically. Now it's all on him to figure out what the proper way to go about things is.
We have a new transfer arriving today. I'm Sigrid Eisel. I've come here to make up for things that I've done.
Well, that didn't take long, did it?
I'll fight to the death to see Gallia at peace again. With your help, of course.
Sigrid Eisel, Scout, join the squad. Don't get used to this.
Here is today's news.
This is the only case where you can recruit a new unit by completing one of the classmate missions.
Good, you're here.
But yeah, that's the reason why I wanted to get Reiner out of the way quickly, even though I prefer Noel. We want to get Sigrid as soon as possible. Ivan, how do you still not have your hidden potential? Don't I use you enough? Oh well. So here's an important thing I want to address for this Let's Play. I want to go over the specifics of each character, the sort of things you might not get to see in a usual playthrough. So we've established when each class that they can reclass into has a hidden potential tied to it. It can take a lot of work to unlock these things, and some of them are actually extremely unintuitive to unlock, so this is what I'm going to do. Every time I complete a classmate mission, I'm going to tell you exactly what they can get. Unfortunately, doing so, I'm going to spoil all of the possible reclasses that they can have, but better that I have it logged somewhere and I don't have to worry, wait, have I discussed it or not? So then, Reiner. In the Lancer class, he gets ammo refill. In Lancer Veteran, he gets prone attack, raise accuracy when firing. Lancer Elite, he gets clear thought, raise resistance to status ailments when under interception fire. Mobile Lancer gives him poison resist, become immune to status ailments. So essentially it completely negates the need for clear thought. In the Mortarer class he gets super defense, raising defense. In the Heavy Mortarer class he gets ranged shot. Attacks made when shooting from a distance cannot be evaded. And in Mobile Mortarer, he gets anti-intercept, halve the damage taken from enemy interception fire. His main, this potential will never change, but this one does for each reclass. I think the only things that we care about there are his tier 2 promotions, so for Lancer Elite, he gets side attack. Raise attack power against armored targets when attacking the side of a tank. For Mobile Lancer, he gets Major Resist. Raises resistance to status ailments, which honestly is kind of useless when you consider that he gets Poison Resist from this very class, which makes him immune. In Heavy Mortarer, he gets Explosives Ace. Raise attack power against armored and infantry targets when attacking with a hand grenade. I think that the mortars also count as hand grenade damage, so don't worry about this weirdly given effect. And finally, in Mobile Mortarer, he gets an extra shot. Load 1 round of ammunition after an attack is finished. I can see that having some potential. It's basically a weaker version of ammo refill, but I guess you could have both potentials on him at once for higher chances of reloading an attack. Even so, when all that's said, you probably don't want him put into Mobile Mortarer in the first place because his main battle potential his versus armor boost. He's got to go into his Lancer classes. When all is said and done, probably Lancer Elite simply because poison resist doesn't make major resist utterly useless. But yeah, expect us to stop and talk about a person after we finish the classmate mission. It's easy for me to call it a squad story, unfortunately, because that's what they called it in Valkyria Chronicles 4, and that's catchy to say, but it's not. It's classmate missions. And I'm very glad this was a thing, because in Valkyria Chronicles 1, you still had hidden potentials, but they were hidden personal potentials. Actually, there's another thing that I should address. By completing the mission, Bryna unlocked Peace in Gallia, an oath to protect Gallia, and commitment to that task raises firing accuracy. So yeah, I like the idea of classmate missions anyway, because in the original Valkyria Chronicles 1, you had to unlock their, you had to completely unlock their glossary page. You had no way of knowing how, what you were doing that unlocked it or didn't, you just knew that it was happening. And then, after you completely unlock it, you go to Castlefront Street, you go check out the writing on the wall, and that would unlock their hidden personal potential. It was weird, it was unintuitive, and sometimes they'd unlock really bad personal potentials, meaning that I actually saw a guide say, Nancy is the S-rank scout. Unless you get her personal potential, then she loses it. So make sure that you finish in Castlefront Street before you ever use her, because you don't want that unlocked. It was just really weird. In Valkyria Chronicles 4, they're called squad stories because aside from it not being in class, they also upgrade several people at once. They're more a collection. They're more a story shared between several characters than a character-specific story. Now then, class notes. Lean Bluff Forest. Ugh, I still hate that map. Areas consist of complex maze-like terrain. It's easy for units to become isolated due to the many narrow pathways, so take care. During the daytime, mist area effect unique Lean Bluff occurs. In areas affected by mist, the firing accuracy of units is drastically reduced. You'll need to equip weapons with high accuracy or come up with another solution, such as using orders that raise accuracy. Mist does not occur during night missions, but extra care is needed due to the night effect reducing your unit's view distance. You can use weapons that just don't have any accuracy at all, like fencer weapons or mortars, but the problem with that is that those specifically aren't very good versus enemy armored units, as seen when I failed to make a shot 5 times. Or something ridiculously painful like that.
Yo!
What's up?
Yo!
Wait, what? Prices are down again? Really? Sweet! It's nothing really. Always happy to help you out. Class G, I mean. That's awesome, Lavinia. Keep up the good work. Even reduced costs.
Yo!
Okay, what is it now? Temporary armament. Oh, this is interesting, but I never use it. Temporary coatings use materials to enhance your soldiers' equipment temporarily. The effect of the enhancement depends on the combination of materials that you use. Most are beneficial, some are not. You can view combinations you've already tested on the formula table. It pays to take a look before you try again. You can only perform a temporary coating once each day. The effect wears off at the end of a mission. It pays to enhance your armaments when attempting particularly difficult missions. That's all I've got. See you later, kid.
Hey,
So
everyone.
only one
Brings you
class, and it takes 2 different materials. I think the stronger materials might have a stronger effect, but I'm not sure. It's a good way to use up materials that you're probably never going to use again. but it is still a little bit of a pain if you get one of the debuffs. Yeah, we've got 99 steel. We can afford to throw some of it away. Scouts versus armor has increased. Well, that's pretty useless, isn't it? I can see it having use for using the increased accuracy on when you're going back into Lean Bluff Forest. But the problem is you have to keep remembering to come back and test it every single time. It's annoying. We can't make any further into this because we don't have Oak Sea level 2. Also, we're getting a lot more money, but we're also getting a lot higher prices. If you say no... Okay, equip all squad members with GSR 2. If you say yes, then it applies to all units in the sniper class at the moment. If you say no, then if you have any specialty weapons equipped, those people will stick with that weapon. Any people using the GSR 1 will stick with it. So generally it's better to say no each time. We need to find Kinesis. I feel like I should be going for the armor rather than the weapons. Basically all the things that are shared between people. We have access to the anti-ailment field suits now. We can have better tank lances or more anti-suits. Better wrenches, better swords, better blast suits. Now here's the question, how much longer do I have to go before I get the light tank that I want? Bingo! The light tank B might be one of the most broken tanks in the game. And it isn't immediately clear why. If you look at the light tank A versus the light tank B, all you get is the off-road effect. But there's a description at the bottom of the screen that I'm quite sure is being covered up because my recording system isn't quite working properly yet, but look at this. CP cost 2. CP cost 1. So we now have a tank, but it costs 1 CP to use. The downside is that it's very fragile compared with later tanks, so you might want to be cautious on maps that have a lot of fences or other anti-tank units, or just have bosses in general. And meanwhile, we have the utility APC, which is, again, basically, people are in two camps. They either think the light tank B is the best, or they think the utility APC is the best. Because it does have a lot better HP than the light APC. It has slightly worse movement, but it has Ice Break, and it has a capacity of 12. So you can arm this thing with, you can slap every bit of shoulder parts, armor parts, backpack parts. You can put all of that on it and it'll still have room left over for... Well, I want to say a good turret, but you can't put a good turret on it because it can only use APC turrets. But that said, Icebreak is also good because it opens up routes that aren't usually available. Now, all that said, let's talk with Sigrid.
Got a minute?
Hey Vaughn, sorry to take your time.
Yo!
No problem, Reiner. So what's up? This is my buddy, Sigrid. I wanted to introduce you. Field Scout Sigrid Isel, ex-rebel.
Oh.
I know I don't have any right to ask to be friends, but I... Don't even start with that. If you're Raina's boy, you're my friend too. But Ivan, This academy isn't easy to get into, especially in your case. You must have gone through a lot to get here. That earns you my trust. Ivan, I hope we'll be good friends. Count on it, man! I literally just heard... This very episode, I heard him speak, and I still can't remember how his name is pronounced. I had a thought just a moment ago. What was it? I'm pretty sure it was about Sigrid. Oh well. Well time. Raymond has got to learn some control. He sent the ball half across Galia. I apologize for taking up your time like this. Thank you for coming.
Oh, what's up?
No problem at all. So, what can I do for you? Brixie and Noelle? I wonder what they're doing out here. Better hide.
Listen up now.
The Academy has received contact from your father. What? He mentioned you've been missing and that he's been searching for you. He'll be coming by campus in the next few days to collect you. I informed him that the Academy won't excuse you without your consent. But surely you realize the sway your father holds in the political sphere. I don't want to go back. I like it here. Very well, I shall try to as well as I'm able to keep you here. I understand. Thank you for your help. Also, she said, I don't want to leave. Sorry. That gives an entirely different context. It's not fair on the characters. Hey, Noelle. Oh, hi, Ivan. Were you eavesdropping? You little sneak. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I did hear, though. Are you really leaving? Have you ever heard of the Willock Cartel? I think so. They're the super rich company, the super rich group that owns all those companies. Exactly. Well, I'm Noelle Willock, right? Same Willock. Seriously? I wouldn't have pegged you for a princess.
Right.
Well, unfortunately, my father the king doesn't much fancy my dream. He's all, there's no call for you to risk your neck in combat. Your job is to marry a boy from a good family and carry on the cartel. Totally unfair, right? He hasn't even asked why I want to do this. Made me mad, so I up and left. Can you believe that? Well, man, that's pretty intense. So you're staying, right? I want to, but my dad's the sort of guy who always gets his way by any means. Regardless of how it ends, I should at least be ready for a fight. Well, good luck to you. I remembered what it was. It's very clever how in the cutscene with Raina, for Sigrid's icon, they made very sure not to show too much of his face, so they could just use the face icon and not have to worry about making an entirely different sprite of him in rebel uniform, because he's going to have a sprite for him in class uniform instead. Now, all that said,
Ivan, how can I help you today?
this is probably the time where I should do what I usually do, and that is create squads for each of the trains that we're going to take on. No, not that. So, we don't have a lot to work with, but I need to be able to get it across exactly what sort of job I expect these people to do. Night Guard. So this is the group that's going to have a Night Watch based tank. Construction arm, lamp. Unfortunately, we can't give it the better turret because we just don't have the room. Actually, remove the constructor arm. And we can install the standard tank turret on it. There's one space left over, but we could always just put some spare parts on the back. Give it a little bit more muscle. Yeah, we have to add more for everyone else. But the important thing is that I want to set it up so that for each area... so this will be a forest group. Basically for the... so this is going to be a group for the forest, right? Has the mist installation and everything. The thing is, I want to make sure that whoever I bring to here is also someone whose squad story is in that location. Because you cannot deploy a group, you cannot start a classmate mission if that character is in, or rather if that character isn't in the main group. So to save on that, we'll have to rely on know-how, but I don't remember all of the... I can remember all the classmate missions, the context to them. I can't always remember why they're part of that. What I'm saying is I can't always remember what they did. Also, because we don't have many promotions at the moment, I end up feeling, oh, but I want to have all the people that are promoted. Also, it helps to bring in people that you know have potentials that work on the thing. It would also be nice if I knew what mission I want to go into next. We have an April missions, so we could go back to Lean Balafir Forest. It's a defend mission, but mist is everywhere. It's annoying. It would give us support certificates though. Another Lean Bluff mission. We have Scout Stroke Troopers and a medium tank. Arlem Village escort mission at night. So this is where escort missions are starting to get really annoying. Because you always have them either at night, which is frustrating because you can't see very far and it's easy for an unseen Lancer to get behind you and hit you for an instant game over. It's annoying. Or they'll be in places like Lean Bluff Forest during the day, where the daytime weather is just as annoying. Even the fact that the escort APC is piloted by Lavinia Lane isn't enough to save how frustrating it is that the APC can't have any upgrades attached to it. If I could have this game remade, then I would make it at least that this forces you to use an APC and they disable the ability to get in and out. That would fix so many problems with this. But what makes this even worse is that so many March missions for March certificates rely on on these stupid escorts because they're in love with them. I like this game, but I've played it so much that I have very strong opinions about certain things. More Lean Bluff Forest, why? So we're going to start seeing V2 units out in the field now. Rebel troops that emit a blue light as well as their commander. This is the better type of March certificate mission, where you have to just look for randomly placed goods around the area. Now here's the thing. I don't want to go anywhere that we haven't seen in the main, that hasn't been properly unlocked by main story progression. Okay, who the heck is it practically parked outside the house and just idling the engine? Okay, let's do this. I want to show off why I focused on getting Franca up to her classmate mission. Nicole's last location was somewhere in Area 2. Head in to assist immediately. Get there in 10 turns. Ivan and Franca must deploy. Here's the thing. You get up to X, you get up to 2, you get March, you get March 2, you get March X. If you want to stay away from those rotten escort missions, then this is the place to grind. And as you can see, we're not allowed to deploy Nicole for this. What's the deployment types actually? I also want to work hard on getting... I want to get a promoted engineer. I know that I've trash talked engineers all the time, but I want a promoted engineer. The episode should be ending right now, but... Frack. The episode should be ending right now. Alright, so next time on Let's Play Valkyria Chronicles 2, we tackle this mission. Until then, guys, take care. I'll see you all around.
It's just a little while longer, Nicole. Hang in there.